I'm Irene Williams, and this is Small Biz Big Time. Today I'm here with Dan Ryan. He's with the Human Capital Connection, a show here on Social Media Connection Broadcast Network. Dan, tell me a little bit about you and your career background and what you bring to the table for social media.
Irene, I'd be pleased to do that. I've been here in the Nashville area for 25 years, and I have a very broad career background. Technically educated originally, master's degree in business administration, another master's in human resource development. And what I do now is work with organizations to help them attract, retain, and develop their human capital assets. There are just so many things that we bring to the table to help organizations do those kinds of issues.
Excellent. Well, I love the phrase human capital. Is there a strategy behind using that? When we think of the word capital, we're usually thinking money, of course. So I love that juxtaposition.
And I think there is, because I think for most people when they hear the term capital, actually they think about it from a monetary standpoint. And certainly money is an important issue in any business. But I think the other thing is, you can go to any bank and money is a very transparent, it's also a very generic thing. Human capital is so much more specific because every organization is going through specific issues, specific times, and the right human capital, depending upon the season of the business, is just such a crucial issue because you may have a great leader, but a leader that's good for a startup would be significantly different than a leader that's working in a steady state operation.
Right. Okay, so you're bridging that gap between what's out in the marketplace and the people who need to be there. You're making that connection. So what are you seeing right now?
It's a really interesting time because I'm involved with a lot of people in career transition, but I'm also working with a lot of firms, especially in high technology, and it's a very exciting time because our country, of course, is always trying to remain technologically relevant, but also we're trying to continue to grow the kinds of leaders that will help keep us on top in the world because we don't operate just in a national economy anymore. It's a world economy. And if you've read a book like The World is Flat by Tom Friedman, you really understand that your competitor is not the person standing next door to you. It's not the person down the street. It's a person that may be halfway around the world in Bangalore, India. So people need to understand that we're in a world economy, and that's really where social media makes such a big impact because when you have the conversation with your neighbor next door, that's very easy. But with social media, you can have the conversation with your neighbor in Bangalore or in Kuwait City or in Dubai just as easily.
I think that's an incredible message for small business owners and people who are short-staffed and are trying to make the most of what they've got, their human capital, and it may sometimes just be themselves. So for the small business owner watching our show, do you have any additional thoughts on, obviously you're working with a lot of companies and recruitment and that kind of thing, but how can you translate some of what you're seeing out there for folks that can't necessarily tap into you professionally?
I think the best thing that anyone can do is to continually work to develop their network of contacts, not just for what they're needing today, but for what may be coming down the road for tomorrow. The way I see the world, there's really no bad contact, and that's where social media comes to be very valuable for me because there are people that I actually become friends with, maybe using social media to get to know them originally, but they end up becoming clients or resources. And also in return, it's not just what I can receive from the transaction, but what do I have to offer? Because, again, I'm always in the habit of trying to pay it forward for potential clients, other potential contacts, because where I think I bring value is not just what I know, but also who I know. So if I can help put people together and help bring knowledge or expertise together in a timely manner, I think that's what I can really do to help people.
I think that's a great takeaway from our show today. Very relevant for small business owners. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back again soon with Small Biz Big Time.